Hello there, I'm Kay Burley, reporting for Sky News. We have an important Sky News exclusive. We head now to Studio One at Sky Academy Skills Studios.
Thank you, Kay. Hello and welcome to Sky News. My name is Leanne.
Hi, my name is Kaya, but what is going on with the weather?
I'm sure you have heard of the headlines, and another storm batters part of the British Isles, with the first ever severe weather warning across Ireland. Hundreds are still without power after Monday's storm. If you thought that natural disasters like hurricanes or floods only happen in third world countries, then you are wrong.
On Monday, children had to stay at home as all the schools in Ireland were forced to close. Thousands found themselves without electricity, and the police and army were called upon in certain areas. The name of the latest hurricane itself was Ophelia.
Meanwhile, after the latest California wildfires have finally been brought up under control, forest fires are still raging on the Iberian Peninsula and floods are forecasting in the UK later in the Edge month. Floods are a frightening and natural consequence, and storms. Quickly moving water can be very dangerous and powerful, enough to carry away a car, a tree, or even a poorly built house. In fact, sadly, 66% of deaths in flood happened when drivers make the deadly mistake of driving through flooded water. Only 6 inches of fast-moving flood water can knock down a person.
Later, we will be speaking to people who caught up in Hurricane Ophelia and a few experts, but for now, we are going to hand it over to Evelyn and Noah, who are live from British Isle.
Thank you, Leanne and Kaya.
Hi, this is Noah Kovnator.
And this is Evelyn Moretti for Sky News.
On Monday, a strong storm, or Hurricane Ophelia, hit the Republic of Ireland, tragically killing 3 people.
The storm came over from the Atlantic Ocean, bringing hurricane winds up to 80 miles per hour and causing large and destructive waves to crash into coastline and inland areas.
It was one of the most powerful storms to hit the country in half a century. $360,000 homes left without electricity in the Republic of Ireland.
While in Scotland, the army were called in to help those hit by the storm, in particular Dumfries and Galloway.
3 people unfortunately lost their lives. Back in the UK, many reported witnesses the sky turned pink, red, and even green on Monday.
It seemed like the end of the world.
However, there's a very down-to-earth explanation for all of this.
Ophelia brought with it dust from the wild forest fires and sand from the Sahara Desert.
Let's hear what members of the public have to say regarding all of this.
Yes, for more on this, we now hand you over to Paula Garza on location with eyewitness to these strange and sometimes frightening phenomena.
Over to you, Paula.
Thank you, Evelyn and Noah. Hello, this is Paula Garson interviewing members of the public who were affected by the recent hurricane on the Republic of Ireland. I have with me here Jeanne Modzi, a resident of County Cork. Have you experienced something like this before, Jeanne?
Oh yes, I remember it clearly. I was awoken by a terrible noise and I thought it was a delivery van. So I went to the door and as I opened it, a great gush of water splashed onto my feet. I looked up and suddenly I was surrounded by chaos. Eventually we were evacuated by boat, but it was such a distressing experience that I really panicked about Storm Ophelia when I heard about it.
Thank you very much for sharing your experience with me, and good luck with everything.
Thank you very much.
Hurricane Ophelia has been defined as one of the most intense storm systems to hit the Republic of Ireland, where a national emergency was declared and the first ever severe weather warning ever was issued. Joining me now is Pierre Nedlek of a local residents association who was experienced problem today in the County Cork. Hello, Pierre.
Hello, yes, my son Jean and all his friends weren't at school as they were all closed. We had to have been trying to get the message across to all our neighbours not to go out of their houses until conditions are calmer. There has been a lot of debris created by these high winds, and no one can be sure how safe it is outside.
And I believe you have your son there with you, Pierre. Yes, I was off school. My friend and I were watching out the window when our neighbour's giant trampoline just got lifted off the ground and rolled away down the bottom of the garden. A great big piece of corrugated roofing just flew through the sky and landed in a completely different garden. Luckily, nobody was hurt. Thank you so much for joining me, and please stay safe. That's all for me. Now over to Elia, back in the studio.
Thank you, Paula. This is Elia Sanson-Duban, reporting to you live from Sky News. Here with me, I have Dr. Maya, a hurricane expert from the University of Cambridge, and Sky meteorologist Hugo Besson. So, Dr. Maya, can you tell us about this recent phenomenon? What has been happening with our weather?
Yes, hurricanes and tropical storms usually occur in the East Pacific and Atlantic Oceans. It is very rare for one to get as far as Hurricane Ophelia. In fact, the last hurricane we had was back in 1992. However, the rising heat of our Earth's atmosphere, and combined with moisture from the oceans, has started at the recent events.
And Mr. Besson, what about these funny coloured skies that have got everyone talking?
Yes, Elia. Well, the dust particles and debris from fires are going up into the sky, and some particles are large enough to block the blue light coming through, showing only red light, which causes the sky to change colour.
Fascinating stuff. Over to our correspondent Pierre-Louis for more information.
Thank you, Elia. I'm here with Dr. Tristan to tell us more about this strange skies. Well, many environmentalists believe that after this hot summer, the landscape was tinder from the flames. Climate change has been looked at as the reason for this, although some may disagree. And do you think we may be approaching the time of the year where flooding may be an issue? Yes, that's right. Unfortunately, they can be expecting from now onwards. Due to rain or natural disasters, the rivers can overflow and create a flash flood. These are very dangerous and happen quickly without warning. Well, attempt floods will become a lot more regular in years to come. Thank you to all our guests on today's show. That's all from us. Join us again next week. Over to you, Kay.
Thanks to the team at Sky Academy Skills Studios. That's the end of our special report. I'm Kay Bowley. Thank you for watching.